When it comes to ticking off major life milestones, moving out of home is right up there, or is it?
Today we're looking at the rise of the boomerang generation. That's the name given to millennials who fly the coop only to return to live with their parents. But according to a new report, mums and dads' well-being is taking a hit when the kids move back home.
All right, for more on this, we are joined by social researcher and author Claire Madden. Great to see you again, Claire. Now, this report says that grown-up children, when they return to their mum and dad's home, could see a decline in mum and dad's well-being. What's going on?
Yeah, that's right. So this research was done by some researchers at the London School of Economics and Political Science that found once the parents have become empty nesters, so all the children have moved out of home, then when their adult children did move back, it could have a detrimental effect on the parents' well-being. They've moved on, they're empty nesters, they've got their new life that they're entering, and then suddenly it's shifting back, perhaps reconverting that room that's now their study or a hobby room back to the kids' bedroom.
Is it taking a hit on, I guess, not just emotionally but also financially?
Yeah, that's often one of the key reasons that the kids are moving back, and the parents can carry the load there.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of problems that can arise. What are some of the major issues that when these millennials are returning home that they're finding with their parents?
Well, it can be redefining that parent-adult relationship. So it's now adult to adult, but for many years it's been adult to child, and so that can cause conflict. But the opportunity to redefine that and look at how can we share the load, how can we all contribute to this household, I think is a really important conversation.
Yeah. What are some of the reasons that these kids are returning to their mum and dad's place?
Well,
they're not really kids, are they?
Yeah, that's
they're
right.
grown-ups, they're adults, sorry.
Kid-adults maybe, kid-adults. There's numerous reasons, and it can often be because of a life situation change, such as a relationship breakdown or loss of a job, period of unemployment. Also, it could be the parents' needs. Sometimes they're ageing, their health or emotional needs, but often the key driver is finance. So it's the rising cost of living, it's the difficulty the next generation having in entering the property market. So to be able to save up for that deposit, they're doing that couple of years back at home, maybe now with their partner and even with their kids, living at home with mum and dad so that they can save up to get that deposit.
There's got to be an upside, though, to having the kids back under the roof. What would they be?
Absolutely. There are many positives, and it's obviously the relational side and that sense of family. In some cultures, there's a real focus on interdependence rather than just the independent self, and there's that celebration of family, but also just sharing the financial load, the chores, having emotional support, decrease in loneliness as you've got people around. So there's a lot of benefits as well.
Is there any shame in these kids moving back home? I mean, could they feel like they're not living up to their parents' expectations, perhaps?
Yeah, and it's a lot to do with societal perceptions, which are changing as it's becoming more the norm to have these boomerang kids. But the parents can also feel shame or disappointment that they haven't prepared their children well enough to be able to launch into adulthood, to go on that normative development pathway where they're able to stand on their own 2 feet. So the parents can at times feel like maybe they haven't done their job well enough, as well as the kids maybe feeling like they're not able to. But we've got to look at the bigger perspective, the societal challenges now with the rising cost of living and housing. It's not something to be ashamed about. It's often a wise decision to move back home if that's going to be a way to set you up for your future.
And smashed avocado is not cheap.
That's exactly right. Got to keep eating that smashed avocado.
Really quickly before we let you go, if you did want the kids to leave, is there a polite way to ask them?
Yes, well, I think it's about keeping that open communication. So it's having the conversations, maybe reviewing it every 6 months and saying, hey, are you ready to step out on your own now? Yeah.
See the door? Walk through it.
That could do it as well.
Thanks, Claire. All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more in a moment.